matches coming up. We have Argentina, England, France, Spain. Top four ranked teams in the world, like I mentioned. What are your thoughts, gentlemen, this year?
Yeah,
You want to go?
I I'm going to go for England. I think we all have a soft spot for England because it is a league that we watch
Mhm.
every week. So we want to see those boys do well. I think that they will win Argentina. On the balance of play, they should as well throughout the entire tournament because I think
Mhm.
England has gotten harder opponents, but that is not always how it goes. On the day, a
Mhm.
team can
Mhm.
show up, and it doesn't matter how you were playing before. If they don't show up, England, Argentina will take advantage of that because they have the greatest player we have ever seen in this era
Yes.
on that team. You know what I mean? But I think Jude Bellingham, man. Jude Bellingham. This
Yeah.
guy is
I, he
I
is
think
him.
I say it's his team, man. I know Harry is there, and I love this. Harry is probably the best striker right now with Haaland saying, guys, I'm here. Why are you saying Harry? But Harry is I love his ball striking ability. I love him as a nine.
Mhm.
But I think this team, I think it's Jude's
It's
team,
Jude
man.
Bellingham's
I
team.
think
Jude's
I
team.
think Jude Jude is it's like his celebration. Who else? You know what I mean? This guy just has that Zlatan thing about him, man. And I think Jude pulls this team again and brings them to victory. I think England will, especially if Tuchel makes those adjustments and England starts to play more freely and with more
Mhm.
a bit of more technical umph. You know what I mean? We haven't seen a lot of that in the last game, especially. So I'm going to give it to England. I'm going to give it to England for that match.
Hmm. Yeah,
Go
I'll
for it, Chico.
I'll continue on that match. To me, it's very personal. So I'm gonna break down the history of England Argentina. June 1986, Hand of God, Maradona. Injustice. Simeone Beckham. Injustice. This game has got historical spice to it. And I'm
Yes.
personally going to support England because let me start before I say anything else so people don't come for me. Messi is the GOAT. I think Messi is a great player. I love him. But Argentina have not showed me enough for me to even consider them even second place in the World Cup, let alone champions of the World Cup.
Mhm.
So I hope England really just give it to them. And also, Capo Verde came for Argentina and they were a bit shaky. England are going to come for Argentina. And England are missing chances. They'll miss some, but they'll score more than they miss. I think if Tuchel's watching the game between Switzerland and Argentina, he's learned something about how to not to control Messi, but just to subdue a bit of his influence. Because Messi still
Mhm.
played well, but I think Switzerland did a good job at just
Yeah,
subduing him. Okay, he still got
I
an
agree.
assist, but honestly, a game where Messi got an assist, that's a quiet game. So, so they tried their best. So I think England are going to have him. But my concern is, do England have the mental strength? Because I can see a
Yes.
red card happening. I can see some feistiness happening that might affect the final. And
I think they do, Cheeks. I
I
think
hope so.
England.
I
I
hope
think
so.
yeah. I think that is what they've shown this tournament of all the attributes. I think mentality. I think that is what England has brought to this World Cup more than anything. So I think if that is what we're asking for, I think they've already shown us that they are ready for the mental side of the game.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Noni Madueke. That experiment needs to stop. Start Saka. I'm not,
Leave
like,
my boy
what,
alone, man. Leave
let me,
Noni alone, bro.
no, no, and I'm not saying Noni is bad. Even at half time last night, I was like, yo, if he doesn't bring Saka in for Noni,
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
it.
I'm with you. I'm with
But
you. I'm
anyway,
with you.
I'll pass it over to Coach.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with what you both have said. Again, I feel like England at this World Cup after the Mexico match, there was a switch in their mental fortitude that got switched on. And that switch carried them through this last match against Norway, and they would need to bring that switch on and high voltage against Argentina because, like you said. Argentina has some pit bulls in the back, with Romero, with Lisandro Martinez, and England will have to fight and claw and grovel their way through that match. And but I can see like Arsenal champion, I can see Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane spearheading this team and giving them that push, that oomph that they need to get over the line. But this will be a real test for Argentina. Like we mentioned, they haven't had one this whole tournament, bar Cabo Verde. But this will be a real test of their capacity and of their ability to be able to win matches. So should be exciting. I'm pulling for England as well as a avid Premier League watcher. So I want the boys to win to bring one back home. Since 1966.
It's
So
coming
so
home.
so
It's coming home.
so we'll see how it turns out on Wednesday. But my prediction
Those,
for that
those
match
two,
is
those two
England.
center
Go
backs
for
are
it.
two of my least favorite center backs. By the way, I just want to point that out.
They play
Argentina.
dirt.
Oh,
They will bite. They'll do everything.
listen, I'm a
Thing is,
Man U fan, and Lisandro Martinez, I support him because I'm a Man U fan. But apart from that, I'd be like, yo, Romero and those two, if
Don't
there's ever a
together.
center back that
Together.
I wish they played Norway, so Holland could just bully them. I just do not like. But anyway, I'll stop there. I don't want to say too much about my own player, but I'll stop right there.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. And then the other semifinal, Spain, France. Go for it, fellas.
all right.
Wait,
Spain, France. I'm a stick to the French here, man. Shout out to all my French people. I have a little bit of French connection, guys. That's not why I'm being biased here, but I the French team as a big team, I think they have shown the highest level of performance thus far, and it's not surprising. I think the France team, they if you try to play ball with them, they can outplay you. They showed against what was it, Paraguay? Was it Paraguay?
Paraguay,
That
yeah.
they can stand up to any kind of physical test and the taunting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned when I said Mbappe has shown such a high level of maturity and leadership
Mm-hmm.
in this game, because he's shown us that, hey, if we any test that you give us, I will stand up to it and I will bring the team through. I'm going to lead from the front and I'm going to bring the team through. So, but Spain is still that team. When it comes on to system football, I think Spain has given us that over the years. Spain
Yes.
has shown us that they are masters of system football and playing the ball
Tiki
short, fast
taka.
passes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if that Spain shows up, and as I've said before, I don't think Spain has arrived yet at the World Cup. So if that Spain shows up, and I'm not surprised if they do, because this is Spain that we're talking about. If that Spain shows up, it will be a cracking game, probably one for the years. You know what I mean? But I'm still going to give France this game, because I think that if Spain turns up, France will say, okay, I have some dials that I can turn to, and they'll just turn it up and match them and overpower them. You know what I mean? I mentioned every facet of the French team game. Their attack is elite, their midfield is elite, their defense is elite, and when you pass through that, you have Manian to beat. You know what I mean? They have no weakness in that team if they show up. So I think just because of that, I will give them this game. I think they will win the game, and then I think it will be a, a France versus England finals.
That would be something. Who?
I hope that doesn't happen because that's gonna kill me. I have France to win the World Cup, but I'm an England fan. This is not good. I'll be honest with you. When I saw France being put against Spain, I was like, this is the World Cup final. France against Spain. Because in my mind, and
Yeah.
listen, I could be wrong, but whoever wins that game, who survives that game, there's no reason why it shouldn't be winning the World Cup.
Yes.
I know
I don't know, chicks. I don't know.
that.
That
That's
England
why
mentality, man.
you're right. But honestly, England come against Spain, England are winning, I think.
Yeah.
England against France, but anyway, but I think that this France Spain game, I agree with you. Arsenal champions. I agree with you. Take a break before saying that. I think this could be one of the biggest games because if Spain decide we're going for them, and France also, we might see like one of the biggest. The amount of
Generational,
talent, the
generational.
amount of talent on that field. Those
Mhm.
22 players, it is wild. We're gonna see crazy saves, lost ditch tackles, crazy attack. I just pray there's not a stinker and it's like 0-0 and we go to penalties. But hopefully, but that's what I think. I'm going for France. I think France will overpower them. But if Spain decide to show up, oh my god. I think you can't miss a minute of this game because it's gonna be non-stop action. But how
Yes,
about
no,
you, coach?
this, no, absolutely. This is my match to watch. This round of matches in the semi-final, France against Spain, the talent that's going to be on the field. And again, if Spain decides to go for it, and France, we know France can turn it up any day of the week. It should be a cracker. That should be the World Cup final, but we got that in the semi-final. So hey, the football gods, thank you. We're not complaining at all. We're spoiled for choice, but
Yeah.
that match should be exciting. But I like the rest of the panelists, I'll go for France just because I feel like France are they're the Thanos of this World Cup. They just you just can't beat them. They have all the Infinity Stones in their hands. Then they all they have to do is just snap their finger. So I go for France this round, but I expect that we should have a spectacular, a one for the ages type match in that semifinal. So looking forward to that. So that's closing thoughts, final thoughts before we break. I'll pass it around for us to
Yeah,
to give our final
yeah,
thoughts. Go
before.
for it, Austin.
I just want to say that this World Cup, I think it's now valid for me to say this, and this is my opinion, that I think this is one of the best World Cups we have ever watched.
Yes.
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
at that time that I am comfortable to say that, and I want to give it up for the host, man, the three
Oh
host
yeah.
nations, because uh I remember when before the World Cup began, we were having conversation. I'm like, I don't feel it as yet. It's not
Hmm.
here, that World Cup
Hmm.
energy. But I have to say, it has gone on to be an absolutely cracking World Cup. Luckily for me, I got
Banger.
the chance to go to a couple of games, and they were amazing. Met some new friends, and that is what the World Cup should be about. It's a spirit of
Yes.
togetherness and friendship and family. And even though it was a bit tainted with the high prices, etc., and I know this is not the closing remarks on the entire World Cup, but I just want to say, hats off, and I thoroughly enjoyed. I have thoroughly enjoyed this World Cup thus far. So looking forward to the final few matches, which is the pinnacle. This is what it's about. I think it's going to be amazing games, especially because of what KJ said. It's the top four teams in the world that have gotten here. So I think for the rest, it will be totally amazing, and looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. I have 2 points to say as a closing remark, and I might have to reiterate this point depending on how this World Cup goes. France potentially have one of the best squads I have ever seen at the
Ever.
World Cup. The only
Hmm.
other
Yeah,
teams that I can compare to is, do you remember when Brazil had Rivaldo,
yeah,
Ronaldinho,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, 2002. 2002. Yep.
Super team.
it's that and France '98 when there was Henri, Trezeguet, Zidane.
Yep.
Those are the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
teams
yeah.
I've seen
98.
at
Yeah,
this level.
Hmm.
yeah.
So I think they might have compiled like all the Infinity Stones in one with that team, as you said, coach. So that's one thing I'll say. Another thing I'll say about this World Cup is I really hope, because I've gotten a lot of memes from people who never watch football, never watch soccer, about soccer. I hope this sparks, and I know football soccer has been a big thing in the US for a long time. I hope this sparks, it just sparks the idea that we need to invest more in soccer. Because having kids,
Yes.
this is gonna get political now. Having kids paying 2, 3, 4,000 to play football, like you're not getting the best players. And I hope this
Yeah.
World Cup really showed the US, and I hope Canada too. I don't know the Canada football system and recruitment, so I can't speak to them. Mexico, one of the best in the world. They are loyal, so I don't even want to talk
Yep.
about Mexico. They have
Hmm.
football down. But the US specifically, I think if the US is finally seeing how the world comes together during the World Cup. Because I think in the US you'd see it on TV, but we
Yeah,
saw it at home. We saw
yeah,
that the World Cup is really the whole world is coming together.
yes,
If I know anything about the US, is wherever there's something big happening, they want to be part of it. They want to show up. So I want to see what's going to happen in 4 years with the US. So
yes, sir.
that's
Absolutely,
what.
absolutely. Very, very, very well said, gentlemen. And all the only thing I'll add to what you said is in the top four teams in the world, let's finish this with a banger. Like it cannot go any other way but with beautiful classic matches and just football on of the highest level. So well said, very well said, gentlemen. And thank you for your time and watching. As always, like and subscribe, comment, share, and we have been Sulia HT.
Yeah.